Today we will talk about the pardoning power of the president and governor. So actually what happened recently, the Supreme Court of India actually gave a judgment, and which what Supreme Court said that the governor, the pardoning power of the governor actually overrides the what is happened in the section 443A of the Code of Criminal Procedure. That's why we are talking about the pardoning power of the president as well as the governor. So why in news? So what SC said that the governor has overriding power. So governor has overriding power and under the section 443 of the Code of Criminal Procedure. So what is the section 443A? It actually gives the prisoner sentence can be remitted only. So only word is very important, that ki prisoner sentence can be remitted only after the 14 years of jail. But what Supreme Court said that no, governor has overriding power over this 443A of the Code of Criminal Procedure, or short form CRPC. So this is all about. That's why we are talking about the pardoning power of the president. So in this video we will discuss what is the pardoning power of the president as well as the governor separately, and then we will discuss the differences of the pardoning power of the president as well as the similarities in the pardoning power of the president as well as the governor. So what is the judgment? In the judgment of the Supreme Court, what said that governor of a state can pardon prisoner including those in a death row. Death row means whatever is in, either they are closing to the death or they are in the queue of death, even before they have served the 14 years of prisoner sentence. So this is the first judgment which came under the Supreme Court, and after this, so this will also prevail, not bring down this judgment, but overriding power has come under the as well as the president and the governor. Another word Supreme Court said that section 443A, which said that they have to at least served the 14 years of jail and then they have to be remitted by any of the authority. Then what Supreme Court said that? Supreme Court said that section 443A doesn't in any way affect the constitutional, this is short form, the constitutional power conferred to the president under Article 72 and governor under Article 161. So this is said by the Supreme Court of India. The simple meaning here is the president has the pardoning power under Article 72 and governor has the pardoning power under Article 161. So what Supreme Court said that ki 433A, section 433A of the CRPC doesn't in any way affect the constitutional power. Means if someone has not served the 14 years of jail, then the governor or president has still the power that they can actually remit the sentences of any prisoner. So this is what the scenario. Another SC judgment, as I have told you, that under Article 161 is actually exercised by the state government. Why it is actually exercised by the government? Because the governor has to act on the aid and advice of the Council of Ministers. That's why. So it is a governmental decision, because Council of Ministers consists of the government ministers as well as their MP, and that's why, so they advise what to do or what not to do. So that's why it is the actually exercised by the government and not the governor on his own. So this is the what actually again emphasized by the Supreme Court of India. Another is the action of commutation. We will talk about what is the commutation and release can be pursuant of the government decision, and order may be issued even without the advice of the governor. But what is the another thing which Supreme Court said that is something which is falls under the Article 161 pardoning power of the president, then advice or permission can be taken by the governor. Otherwise it can be issued without the governor. So now we will discuss actually what is the pardoning power of the president under Article 172 as well as the governor under Article 171. What is the differences between them? So this is, so remember that it is a pardoning power of the president under Article 72 of the Constitution. So Constitution itself confers the pardoning power to the president under Article 72 of the Constitution of India. So what said that? It actually empowers the president to grant pardon to persons who have been tried and convicted of any offence in all such cases where the union law is involved. President can exercise this power under 3 to 4 conditions. The first, in all cases where the punishment or sentence is for an offence against any law relating to a matter which the executive powers of the union extend. Means whatever the laws which is made by the parliament or anything like that, so the union power of or executive power of the union actually extend to that law. So if anything which any either high court or the supreme court give judgment on that, so if there is a sentence of the, let's say, 10 years, 20 years, even if the death, then the president has the power or offender has the power to file a mercy petition to the president of India, and then president of India send that recommendation to the Ministry of Home Affairs, and then Union Ministry of Home Affairs, and then Ministry of Home Affairs will consider the matter, and the cabinet advises the president actually to either the pardon the sentence or not pardon the sentence. So this is, remember that this executive power of the union doesn't extend to the state list. So this is very remember that if any state list or any of the law, state law actually gives the power, then it actually lies with the governor, not of the president. But one is the exception we will talk about. Another is the, in all cases where the punishment or the sentence is by the court martial, there are the military court which actually give the punishment to the military members or military or paramilitary forces. So in which actually this is the exclusive right of the president. This right doesn't extend to the, this pardoning power doesn't extend to the governor of a state. So this is the exclusive power of the president of India. Another is the, in all cases where the sentence is a sentence of a death. As you know, there are some courts or in some heinous crimes, there are some courts or Supreme Court, either the High Court or recently even the District Court even give the sentence of a death. So in such cases, the offender can file a mercy petition similarly to the president, and if the president find that no, the death is the good punishment, or it can be the lighter the punishment. So this is all about. So this is also the exclusive power of the president. Governor cannot pardon a death sentence if it is provided even in the state law. So this is very important. Now the question arises, what is the main reason why this pardoning power actually given to the president and governor? The first and foremost important, suppose if there is a conviction is going on and something evidence or witness some find misplaced, or sometimes there are some judicial error even itself by the Supreme Court, High Court or even the District Court. So to correct that judicial order, there is a still open and door to the president, then offender can, if there is any offense which is convicted by the offender, then it can propose in the president that this is the wrong conviction and there is a kind of judicial error has been taken place, so you should convict or you should give me pardon because of it is a judicial error. So you can say it is a kind of second door which is open to the offenders in case of any offense is kind of any judicial error. So it is actually to correct the judicial error in any operation, or if offender find that it is a wrongfully convicted. In case of the, as you know, there are sometimes wrongfully conviction takes place by the government or either the conspiracy, or if the court find that yes, every evidence or every witness is against the offender, but offender still finds that no, there is a wrongful conviction, then he can file a mercy petition to grant the pardon. So this is very important. Another is the important that to afford a relief from a sentence to which the president regards as unduly harsh. Suppose in some cases, let's say in some cases like the thief, or if any of the courts find that now you have to give on a 10-year punishment in the case of a thief, you have stolen some or snatched. In the case that the district courts find that you should give the 10 years punishment. So this is a very harsh punishment for just thieving from a house or taking some things from a house or somewhere else. So this is a very harsh punishment. So in that case, the offender has the actually the one way to reach the president or file a petition in the president, and then the president what can do that they can actually give this some grant of pardon. Note, this is a very harsh punishment given by the any of the court, so we go give some relief. So remember that. So these are the three areas in which actually the president can pardon the grant. Now there are the different kind of pardon: reprieve, commutation, respite, death sentence, etc. So then we will talk about, and then we will come to the governor. So now in that what happened, there are the different kinds of pardoning power. So in the form of, there are mainly the five. which is conferred to both the President of India as well as the Governor of a state. So the first one is the pardon. So in which what happened that in the pardon actually both the sentence and conviction both are the pardoned completely by the President as well as the Governor of the state. So this is the very important actually, which is a very rare. So if someone is a criminal record, then why there will be the President, or if the Governor will actually sentence or conviction will be done. Another is the commutation. Commutation is the very important actually. It is a substitution of one form of punishment to a lighter one. Suppose if for some offences the court has actually given the punishment of 10 years, or let's say 20 years, or let's say 25 years, or some like of the life imprisonment. So what in that actually the offenders file a petition to the President, and then after the recommendation of the Ministry of Home Affairs, actually what then it actually give the, so let's say if there is a 10 years, then it actually what that is the 5 years, 2 years, let's say 1 year. So this is what then, so rigorous punishment actually converted into the lighter punishment. So what is known as the substitution. Another is the remission. Remission is what? Reducing the period of a sentence. Reducing the period of a sentence. So this is more or less similar to this, but what is the main thing you need to remember that in remission what happened that if suppose there is a 10 years of punishment, so it actually converted life imprisonment, or which you have to spend in the jail. So what happened that it is actually converted into the 5. So what is the difference between the remission and commutation? So here actually remission doesn't changes the form of punishment. If you have to spend a jail of 10 years, then you have to spend at least by reducing the period, let's say 5 years, 2 years, then you have to still a jail. But here that actually it forms the change or changes in the form of the punishment. So if there is a death sentence to any of the offenders, then what is that? It either gives the life imprisonment. So this it actually changes the character of the punishment. Another is the respite, awarding a lesser sentence of one originally awarded. Let's say if a pregnant woman, some find a criminal cases, and what Supreme Court, because every court actually went through the what is the evidence at Court of Criminal Procedure, civil cases, etc. So that pregnant women actually give a sentence of let's say 10 years for any murder. So what that because of their pregnancy or some other critical situation of that women or that man or any of the other community, actually what actually the court recognize them, or what court actually give the punishment. So what President of India said that it actually changes or reduces the punishment. So means the lesser sentence what originally awarded. Another is the reprieve. Reprieve is very important. Actually stay of the execution of a sentence for a temporary period. Why this is done? To actually give the offender some time to place himself in the, or give the time to actually file a petition in the President, or to take some time for the pardon. So this is the 5 types of pardoning power of the President as well as the Governor. Now we will come under the Governor. So now let's talk about actually the pardoning power of the Governor. So as I have told you that this power comes under Article 161 of the Constitution of India. This is more or less similar to the President of India, pardon, reprieve, respite and commutation, etc. So this is all are the similar. But one thing what is the different in this, that execution of the state means the executive power of the state authority actually extend, and there actually the pardoning power of the Governor lies. And this is the whole about, and the objectives are the same. This is everything is same. Here are the another 2 differences. So as we have told you that we will talk about the differences. So differences between the Governor and the President pardoning power. So President can pardon the death sentence as given by the court martial, military court, you can say whatever the military court given the sentence to any the military man, then President has the only power to grant that pardon, but Governor cannot in case. As you know, whole the armed forces actually comes under the union government and under the Ministry of Defence. So that's why this actually the power given to only the President of India. Another, so there will be no conflict between the President and the Governor. Another is the President can pardon a death sentence. This is the very important, that the President has only power that to grant the pardon of death sentence. So let's say recently Madhya Pradesh passed an ordinance. What happened that those whoever is selling the toxic liquor, so if there is any toxic liquor, then the punishment is like to the death sentence. So if any of the offender find the offense under that, So if they want the pardon of the that sentence which is given by the either any of the court, district court, high court or supreme court, then they have to file a mercy petition to the president of India, not to the governor of a state, because actually the state laws given the that sentence, but if they want the pardon to that sentence, then they have to file the mercy petition to the president of India and not to the governor of a state. So this is what is the meaning. So this is very very important, that that sentence can only pardoned by the president of India. So this is the very very important pardoning power of the president. What things you need to remember? What is the summary of this? Similarity, as I have told you, everything is same except these two and this one. The executive power of the state actually lie, and the court martial and the death sentence. So this is all about. What is the summary of this video? You can say why we have talked about this topic, because the Supreme Court in the recent judgment said that the pardoning power of the president of India under Article 72 and under Article 161 of the governor override the section 443. Pardoning power of the president comes under Article 72 and governor 161. There are the two exceptions, as I have told you. So this is all about the pardoning power of the president as well as the governor. Thank you guys. Hope you like this video. You should subscribe my channel. Thank you so much for watching this video.